We believe sugarcane farmers have decided to call off their protests. The latest on that massive sugarcane farmer protest in North Karnataka, demanding an increase to 3,500 rupees per tonne from the 3,200 offered to farmers by factories. After much intervention and confabulations all day, farmers, we believe, have decided to call off that protest. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been holding a series of meetings a day after seeking an urgent appointment with Prime Minister Narendra Modi to resolve that situation. After a meeting with sugar factory owners, most of whom are influential legislators cutting across party lines, the Chief Minister announced that they have agreed to paying 3,250 rupees per tonne, and the state government would pay 50 more rupees per tonne to ensure that farmers get 3,300 rupees per tonne. It's 200 rupees short of the 3,500 that farmers were demanding. They have been out on the streets in the northern districts of Belagavi, Haveri, Bagalkot, and have threatened to intensify their stir, demanding parity with Maharashtra in the prices offers. Listening to the Chief Minister before we get the breaking news and the latest from our correspondent Ritu, who's on the ground there.
DC and SP of Belgaum district, they offered 3,200 rupees for sugarcane, yielding recovery of 10%. Today we have taken a decision, 50 rupees from factory owners and 50 owners from the government. That means to say 100 rupees in total to be given to the sugarcane per metric ton.
NDTV's Ritu Raj Purohit, who was at that press conference where the meetings were being held at the Vidhan Sabha, joins us now. Ritu, tell us what's the latest you're hearing. We believe farmers have decided to call off their protests, but the offer finally that's been made to them of 3,300, it's still 200 short of what they were demanding at the start.
Well, Veera, as you rightly pointed out, you see the Belgavi DC, in fact, had earlier tried to convince these protesting farmers that the government is ready to pay them 3,200, but they remain to be very adamant on those lines. Now, that's the reason you see the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who also had his plans to basically visit Tumkuru and other districts for certain meetings, in fact, had to call off all those meetings because that was the kind of pressure that was mounted on the state government to today come to the conclusion. If not, there would be a different repercussion tomorrow. Now, that's the kind of, in that fear that you see the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah first convened a meeting with the sugar factory owners, you see, who most of them are influential, and then secondly you had the meeting with the farmers. Apparently you see not all the farmers actually took part in this meeting. We had few farmers as well, and following that you see the CM on that spot, he had to take a call to also convene a meeting with the DCs of 4 districts to try and understand what's the sentiment on the ground and whether how that they really can convince. Now on those lines you have the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah coming out to announce that 3,300 would be provided per quintal. Now in this you see the 50 rupees would be provided from the state government side and the 50 should be provided from the factory owners. So that's the kind of conclusion that the government has come up with. Now you have the farmers basically in these regions who have also called off the protest. They are celebrating apparently this decision of the state government. You see, more importantly, the other aspect for us to in fact note over here is that the state government saying that they will be actually taking a delegation to the government of India to pressurize them as well, because just not the state government has its role to play in it, but equal role is also of the central government to understand and make certain revisions in the MSP, for that matter, FRP or ethanol as well, and certain sugar cane related byproducts that are being exported as well. So on those lines there is a need for the revision is what has been said as well. Now on that lines you will have the state government planning the delegation to the Delhi basically. Now this delegation will consist of the farmers and the sugar factory owners as well. Few ministers will also be accompanying this delegation is what we are given to understand. Now needs to be seen. Now even as that the few has been a little has been done by the state government side. Now what is that the central government is really going to react on it?
That's right, Ritu. It will be looked at closely because the argument being made is that 355 rupees per quintal is the minimum support price that's been given, but then the question of harvest and transport charges should be included in that 3,500. That's what the Chief Minister's letter was to the Prime Minister, seeking an urgent meeting. Obviously, multiple political implications of this, but for the moment, the protests have been called off, and this is categorical. Ritu, very, very briefly, have you heard from the farmers' leaders themselves saying categorically that the protests have been called off?
Yes, we've been hearing this officially from the farmers itself. You can see those visuals as well that we are playing on our screen, where that you have the farmers now celebrating this moment with the sugar canes in their hands, with that green scarf as well going round in the air. Basically, that's the kind of joy that they are having it as well. But you see this, somewhere this matter does not end over here itself, because needs to be seen. Every year, Veera, as you know it, that every year during this point in time, we always see the sugarcane farmers actually coming to the fore and making certain demands. Now, one of that aspect, what really becomes important for them is also the kind of the payment that the sugar factory owners making, because different regions have different costing, different recovery also has the different kind of costing. Now, that somewhere really affects their daily life is what has been seen as well. Now, on those bases, you see what really going to be the decision that the state government will make in the coming days, and how that the central government is really going to react to that whole revision that the state government is demanding. That will remain important for us to wait and watch.
Sugar factory owners form an influential political lobby amongst legislatures, whether it's the BJP or the Congress. We'll keep a close watch of that, but for the moment that stir has come to an end. That was Ritu Raj Purohit reporting there on that breaking news that's coming in.